I'ma get the bag, I'ma get the bag.
She saw me. She was like, "Why aren't you with so and so? You need to be with him. When he's in the room, you need to be with him." So if you do decide to work in the operating room, just proceed with caution and just have your guard up. Like, don't be too open to everyone and anyone that you come in contact with, because they're all just gathering information to use against you. Okay, so why did I take the job? At first I was hesitant on taking this job because a lot of things happened prior to me going in for my first day. Like, my instinct told, my gut, my instinct, I don't know what else the world was telling me not to take this job, because everything was just so unorganized, and I just brushed it off. I really want to see what's going on in this operating room. I really want to see if I can work in this type of environment. I just ignored all the red flags. I was really interested in being an OR nurse, even from looking at a bunch of OR nurse videos. Like, the OR nurse, not like to bash anybody or bash, like, I don't know, the YouTubers that are OR nurses, but they do not do a good job of explaining the negatives in the operating room. It's all glitz and glamour on YouTube, but when you actually go in there, like, it's just not. It's so much drama. It's just not how it's portrayed on YouTube. It's just not. People show the good but not the bad, but I'm the type of person, I need to know the good, the bad, and the ugly. Like, I really need to know if I could really see myself being in the operating room. And just by observing the OR nurses, I gather a good sense of what they do. If you guys are interested in being an OR nurse, yeah, I found out they're definitely overworked and underpaid. OR nurses work 5 days a week, and then they are also taking call after their shifts sometimes during the week. And some of them do pick up extra shifts. Yeah, they work extra hours, and then some of the nurses take call until 4 a.m. and then return back in the morning at 6:45 in the morning. So, and these nurses are on call a lot, and I don't want to even get into the surgical techs. They are definitely overworked and underpaid. Yeah, doctors do complain about not having enough time for the kids, the anesthesiologists, and anyone who works in the operating room. That's the main complaint that I hear about people who work in the operating room, is that they don't get enough time for their family because all their time is spent at the hospital. I just couldn't see myself working so much. I have a kid, and I do enjoy the time that I do have with him. So I just knew that I had to find a different career that I want, that involved, that was more so centered around my values. I also didn't know about working call until I got in the operating room. So when I began to be interested in nurse anesthetists, one thing I did research, I heard they got good work-life balance and all that good stuff, but I didn't know about what call was. Yeah, I don't see myself working call. I did take, when I was a resident assistant, I was on call and I hated it. So I just know that I wouldn't like being on call. You have to drop what you're doing in the day to go to work. When I want to be off, I want to be off. CRNAs and the CAAs, which are certified anesthesiologist assistants, they work under the doctors. They work just about the same hours as the doctors, maybe a little bit less, but they be taking calls. It's 24-hour calls. I can't. And yeah, I just overall wanted to know the environment of the OR before I decide to pursue a career that I might regret. And so now I'm back to the drawing board as to what I really want to do. So So I'm just currently figuring that out. So what I realized or learned about this job, and I'm just speaking from my perspective, and like, yeah, I'm just speaking from my perspective, so don't judge me. Yeah, I can't work in the OR. Like, it's not for me. That's what I learned. I can't work in the OR. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I can't deal with the people. It's like a social status in like high school. And in high school, I wasn't the most popular person. In high school, I was a loner. I was to myself. I had maybe like one friend and my 2 sisters. Yeah, people do recognize you more when they think you bring more to the table. So like if you're a nurse, you're a surgical tech, a doctor, you know, anything outside of that, like you're not gonna be noticed. And no one thinks a PCT brings anything to the table. So we're the most disrespected and underpaid. People just think we clean and that's it, in which we do, but we also have personalities. Like majority of them do not know, like, I went to school and I got my degree and I'm not dumb. Some doctors do definitely feel like they definitely look down on PCTs, and they may feel bad for you because in their mind, they think you can't get anything besides the job that your job as a PCT. Job in the OR like compromises my values and character, like as a person. Like I said earlier, I like to spend time with my son, and being the OR, you have to sacrifice your family time to go to work and of course make money, and that can be hard. It can, like, people do cry at work because they don't get to spend time with their family or they're burnt out, and I don't want to feel that type of way. Yeah, my character, like me as a person, I'm nice, I'm quiet, and I definitely don't like to argue with people. I tell people, like, I'm not finna argue with you. Like, I like to say, I'm gonna say what I have to say and that's it. Like, I'm not finna argue with you. People will push you to your limits and get you out of your character in the OR atmosphere. If a person can make you, get you out of your character or compromise your beliefs and your values, then you know that career or job isn't for you, and you know you just have to quit. And I'm in that process of doing so. Yeah, like if someone makes you, get you out of your character or, you know, compromise who you are as a person, then the job isn't for you and just leave. Like, you shouldn't have to deal with disrespect and bullying just to get a check. And I know there's certain circumstances that, you know, certain people can't leave right away. Also, before having my son, I will put up with everything, like attitudes, disrespect, anything. I'm just like, you know what, it's the job. Like, I need the money, and you know it's a job. But after my son, I'm like, you know what, I ain't finna put up with this. I'm not finna put up with this. I'm not finna deal with your disrespect. Like, it's just not. It's not necessary. And yeah, I will work a lot of shifts. I will pick up. I enjoy working. I love working overtime. I like to pick up extra shifts. And before I wanted to be a doctor, I wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to be a PA. Yeah, I wanted to be in the medical field. After having my son, I realized how much I enjoyed his presence and hanging out with him and just being around. Like, I didn't want to sacrifice that time and just to overwork myself, you know, because I don't want to miss out on his life. But yeah, after my son, I started to focus on like my beliefs and my values and what I wanted in life and what type of job I see that I could see myself doing. I just realized like I enjoy being with my family and I didn't want to be too consumed with work. I like a good work-life balance, and that's what I'm looking for. It's important for me to have a good work-life balance. And I also realized that more money doesn't equate to happiness, like at least a permanent happiness, like long-term permanent happiness. But yeah, I'm just good with like a good like 60-70k salary, and if it gives me a good work-life balance. I had a barista job where I was making so much money, like $1,300 to $1,600 bi-weekly. I worked 3 to 11. I was in school. I worked holidays, weekends, and sometimes I would have to work extra hours, and I was really tired, like dog tired, and I never really got to hang out with my son. And when I was off for like the 1 days or the 2 days, like I would be so tired, I would just want to sleep all day because the hours were terrible. 3 to 11s was terrible. Like on my off days, I would sometimes spend my time like studying or doing homework or sleeping. And like when I get off work, my son's sometimes he's asleep, and I just wouldn't get enough time to hang out with him. The money was good, it was fantastic, but in the long term, I just wasn't gonna be happy. So I've just been doing a lot of soul searching and finding jobs that would give me that kind of good work-life balance and a good sustainable living. This video is probably gonna be long, but I just hope that I gave like a good feel of the job. And if you guys do decide to move forth with this job, then proceed with caution, because it's gonna be a bumpy ride and you have to have super strong skin, reptile skin, to tolerate the operating room. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below, and see you guys in the next video.
But I thank y'all for the support. I thank God. Yeah, I thank y'all for the support. I like the comments, even the bad ones. Y'all, I appreciate y'all. I know I'm rich with no chick, but when all this stuff over, I hope somebody send me some money so I could be rich with a check. Period. And I mean that.